So we're moving on now. We've done with spinal bracing and we're moving on to the Matrix range of Trulife products, and these are very dynamic carbon fibre braces utilising the latest lightweight technology for patient groups. And there are several types of product within the Trulife range. I shall start with the Matrix and the Matrix Max, and as you can see from there are different models beyond this, the trimmable Max, the Super Max. Effectively all it means is that the foot plate itself has a trimmable section on it that can be easily trimmed to fit into the shoe. The side arm is the secret to the differences between the models in the Matrix Max range and the Matrix range, and this relates to the weight of the patient. The thinner arm is for a lighter weight patient, say 60 odd kilograms, 65 kilograms. If you go beyond this with the weight of the patient too heavy, the arm will actually fracture. And the way the product works is very clever and is very little understood in many ways. So the liner for the shin section is removable and actually comes with a spare cotton toweling liner that can be washed at 40 degrees in the washing machine. Very useful product that is. The brace itself is for dynamic drop foot. Now this can be for many reasons, that you're wanting to give some stability and dynamic lift. We can have stroke, MS, post-polio syndrome, muscular dystrophy, spinal cord injuries, cerebral palsy. We frequently utilise these in clinic for all these reasons. The idea behind it is that where we have a drop foot issue with a patient from any or all of these different types of conditions, the brace loads up and gives a dorsiflexion assist through the swing phase of the gait cycle. And what happens is it loads up the carbon arm, and as we reach the gait cycle, it releases that energy to create, as you can see from the picture of the toe plate, a good dynamic dorsiflexion lift of the patient. The main advantage of this brace is that the design of it has an anterior strut over the shin, which is the reason for the malleable shell on the front. The plastic shell conforms readily to the patient's shin, but this has to be optimally adjusted to be just subpatellar on the patient. The reason for that being that at mid-stance, the carbon strut loads up dynamically with the patient, and on weight transference through mid-stance phase to terminal, the strut releases that energy to give extension thrust itself to the knee, thereby stabilizing a weak quadriceps situation in the patient, either obvious immediately or upon short-term walking of the patient. The quadriceps weakness can be seen and tested for. The brace will perfectly match and support the patient either unilaterally or bilaterally to improve the gait cycle safety. The other added bonus of the strut and the dynamics of the brace is that it will provide mediolateral stability around the ankle, because often with drop foot you have lost the actual same stabilizing groups around the ankle itself that intrinsically provide that support. So as well as the tib anterior power loss, you've lost some stability around the hindfoot control. So the patient would tend to be unsteady in their gait and as such a little bit less stable. With the brace on, they have perfect ankle stability, fits in their own footwear, its thin shell is only a 1mm foot plate, so it can actually adopt an extra foot orthotic into the shoe in many instances and use other types of stock foot orthotics or custom foot orthotics to overlay the carbon plate to place the foot in a better postural position on the carbon plate itself. If they've got a little bit of pronation, you can control that by actually putting a little bit of an extra insole over the top of that. And you would choose the range of the model to suit the weight of the patient quite literally. So as you can see, dynamically the arm strength goes up quite radically to cater to the heavier patients, and activity level. So they would last several years of dynamic use with no issues if you choose the right patient category for usage of the carbon arm itself.